So it definitely seems like they're trying to address some things, and we're going to talk more about this here in just a moment. So Twitch now has a new policy when it pertains to clothes and the things you can and can't wear on Twitch if you're a live streamer. Now, in 2023, Twitch definitely has had its fair share of little things when it pertains to what they can and cannot allow on Twitch. And it seemed like it's some things they allow and it's some things they don't. And it also kind of feels like it depends on who's doing it, you know? But the reason why they have a new policy that they just rolled out recently is because of all the backlash and a lot of the concern, including people using black bars to cover their skin when it pertains to being live. So just for clarification, the way you guys know exactly what it says, I'm going to show you guys exactly what they put in this new policy. All right. It says, we are updating the entire portion of our community guidelines to prohibit implied nudity while streaming on Twitch. This update is in response to a recent meta on Twitch in which streamers were using black censor bars or other items to block their bodies or clothing, or position the camera frame such that the viewer is led to believe that the streamer is fully or partially nude. While most streamers have labeled this content appropriately with the sexual themes label and are wearing clothing behind the object or outside the camera frame, for many users, the thumbnail of this content can be disruptive to the experience on Twitch. Also including, while content labeled with the sexual themes label isn't displayed on the homepage, this content is displayed within the category browse directories. And we recognize that many users frequent these pages to find content on Twitch. This update goes into effect today. So it definitely seems like they're trying to address some things, and we're going to talk more about this here in just a moment. But in this area right here, it says, note also that streamers must appropriately categorize their content. For example, streamers that use the attire exception that is granted when streaming near a pool or a hot tub are expected to use the pools, hot tubs, and beaches category when classifying their content. Now, the reason why this little line right here to me is important, and this is just my opinion, this is my take on this, is because there's a lot of people who will just use just chatting or even Fortnite, or even other categories that have nothing to do with that, and they'll label their stream that, you know what I mean? So instead of using categories like pools, hot tubs, beaches, they'll use just chatting, and you'll have people who are just chatting streamers who won't have their content being seen or recommended because of this. So usually what happens when someone doesn't do the appropriate category, and this happens even on different platforms, but in Twitch specifically, what usually happens is automatically someone at Twitch will recategorize your content to make it where it needs to be. You know what I mean? But if you're the type of person that constantly keeps letting this happen, this is what Twitch has to say about it. While at times we simply reclassify the stream into the appropriate category, repeated failure to appropriately classify a stream will lead to an enforcement action. Now, you guys know that's legal mumbo jumbo or legal jargon for like suspensions or, worse than that, you know what I mean? So it's definitely something to keep in mind if you're the type of person that makes, that type of content, because yeah. So before we get into Twitch's overall reason for doing this, I'm going to talk about what they said right down here. That's in pretty big bold letters. We do not permit streamers to be fully or partially nude, including exposing genitals or buttocks. Nor do we permit streamers to imply or suggest that they are fully or partially nude, including but not limited to covering breasts or genitals with objects or censor bars. We do not permit the visible outline of genitals, even when covered. Broadcasting nude or partially nude minors is always prohibited, regardless of context. And also, here's another one that they kind of talk about, which I was really surprised to see this. I'm not going to lie to you. For those who present as women, we ask that you cover your nipples and do not expose underbust cleavage. Cleavage is unrestricted as long as these coverage requirements are met and it is clear that the streamer is wearing clothes. So as far as this little paragraph right here, of course, online it's getting very mixed reviews when pertaining to the idea that women have to not expose their nipples. But the thing is this: they feel like that the guys shouldn't either. They feel like it's a double standard. Let me know, what do you guys think in the comments? Do you guys think it's a double standard? Do you guys think that Twitch is pretty spot on for this decision to acquire these few things here? And we're going to go back up and we're going to talk about this paragraph right here, okay? Twitch says, our goal with this and other recent changes is to make Twitch a safe and welcoming place for all the communities that call it home. Improve the clarity of our policies and ensure that people have the experiences they expect when spending time on Twitch. We are currently working on the ability to blur thumbnails for content labeled using the sexual theme labels, plus user settings that will allow a user to filter their Twitch viewing experience based upon their preferences for content labeled with content classification labels. So I think this is more or less saying, like that they're trying to make Twitch, a good place or a comfortable place for anybody that wants to come there. A lot of people will see, these changes and they'll feel like it's something to do with, with the guys on the platform. But there's a lot of women who stream and they feel, and I'm just taking this, at the grain of salt as far as the people reaction on like Twitter and Facebook and other platforms to this news. But there's a lot of women streamers that feel like, hey, you know what, I shouldn't have to do that or expose myself or whatever, just to get views or clicks or to get stream, followers or subs or whatever. And that Twitch is not, these adult-like types of sites. It's specifically been about gaming for a very long time, and somehow it's gotten away from that. I'm not, no one seems to know what the bigger picture is or the grand scheme of things is. But this is an overall thing as far as a Twitch site and Twitch streamers in general. It's a lot of people who just want to wake up, they want to stream, create content, and build their communities organically without having to be partially nude or do any of that stuff. You know what I mean? So let me know in the comments. What do you guys think? Do you think that Twitch should have enrolled these policies sooner? Do you think they should make the policy universal, not just for women, but for men as well? Do you think that it's kind of too late for them to roll out a policy like this? And also, don't forget, if you guys enjoyed this content, I really appreciate if you guys like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video.